morning and welcome back to WKNI TV 25. We appreciate you tuning in this morning. We have our special guest, Mr. Jimmy Hutto, better known as Jimmy. Welcome on WKNI, sir.
Thank you very much.
We're blessed to have you. He is the Associate Dean, Adult and Education Workforce Development. Boy, that is a mouthful.
It's a long title.
I'm telling you. I guess after all the years you've been there, we were talking off camera, you've been there for a few years. So
about 31 years.
31 years, so you got plenty of room to put a title on there.
There you go.
But thanks a lot for coming on. We
Sure.
appreciate LBW and their willingness to come on and share about the school going on over there. Dr. Rydell is a very forward-moving, progressive type individual.
Absolutely.
And we're just proud to be able to do that. You cover a lot of areas, and one of them is adult education.
Right.
You also cover the other education programs that are there as far as continued education programs and continued education. That'd be for medical, law enforcement, that type of thing.
Professional development activities for anybody in the field, in all types of field. Nursing is one we do quite a bit of work with, emergency medical technicians. But it's also for people in industry, for example, OSHA training for leaders in the safety field in business and industry. They require a certain amount of that on an annual basis. Hazardous waste training, technical things like programmable logic controllers for the control systems in industry. Very basic classes like a basic computer course. Right on down to a cake decorating class. One of the most popular things we've done lately is a cake decorating class. Just public service type things, community service. Things that people are just interested in, all the way up to something that someday is required for someone to maintain a certification, perhaps.
Now, we're talking, this is adult level education.
It is.
Okay, and these usually are not 2-year courses. These are continued education.
That's right. All of these non-credit classes are short. 30 to 40 contact hours is a long class. Many of them are 4 to 10 hours long. A lot of them are scheduled so that you can complete it in a day. Just come to the campus, one of our campuses, and stay with us for that day and get that class completed.
Well, you mentioned something near and dear to my heart, and I don't know if you have any affiliation with what I'm going to ask you, but I'll ask you. You said cake decorating. Okay. We know that over at Springdale, they have that kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
Are you involved with that?
I'm not directly involved with it. That's actually a 4-credit program. It's
okay.
part of the
Culinary
Applied Technology Division. Now I am working with that program currently on doing some non-credit classes. In fact, we're working on a pretty big program right now that'll involve culinary arts this summer.
Wow.
So, while the classes that we teach are non-college credit in nature, we often work with the credit classes to put together these customized classes for different groups.
I know you're not heavily involved. Well, you are going to be heavily involved in it, but I think that's one of the neat things going on, where people, the local government, the city of Andalusia, and LBW have shook hands together and put this facility in a beautiful location.
Absolutely.
And we're talking over at Springdale. In the back, there's a huge kitchen back there, facility, and it would probably go unused. And here LBW has the ability to utilize that and help the city out, and the city helps you out. I got one question for you. Do you have any continuing education classes for taste testing?
We can certainly check on it. We have not scheduled one of those, but we can check on it.
I'm a connoisseur of food. So,
I understand.
But if you do have that opportunity, you tell them folks over there they've got a taste tester over here willing to give them critiques on their food process.
We'll sure pass that along. I will sure do that.
Talk to us a little about adult education. Some people got the wrong idea what adult education is, and some people are, when they're adults, are afraid to get an adult education because, you know what, I've been out of school so long, I've been, I don't want people to know I'm going to school, that kind of thing.
Right.
You know what I'm talking, a lot of pride involved in it.
Absolutely.
How can people get around that? What do you recommend?
Well, our adult ed program is designed has two primary functions. That is to prepare people to take the GED test for those folks who for whatever reason did not earn a high school credential, whether they're 18 years old or whether they're 80 years old. It doesn't matter to us, and it doesn't matter why they didn't do it. We don't, don't get involved in assigning any kind of blame to anybody. We just take everyone where they are and try to help them make progress toward earning that credential. The other thing that we do quite often is help people who may have a high school credential but want to enter college and have been out of school for a while and need some help in their basic academic skills so they can do well on the entrance exam. So we help people in that respect as well. We have adult ed classes at 5 locations within our service area. Our service area for adult ed includes Covington County, Butler County, and Crenshaw County. And we have adult education classes, day and evening classes, that meet at our campus here in Andalusia, at the MacArthur campus in Opp. We have a campus in Greenville, and we have a center in Laverne, in Crenshaw County. We also have classes in Florella down in the southern end of the county, and they meet at the old middle school there. They've been down there for a long, long time. So we have those 5 locations to try to serve all the people. And anybody who would like to take advantage of our services, which by the way are free, there's no charge for these services whatsoever. All they need to do is contact us. They can look on our website and find direct contact information, or one telephone number that they can always get information for any of those locations is 493-5344. And that young lady at that number can direct that person to whatever instructor is nearest their location. And we strongly encourage people to let us know if we can help in any way. You know, that high school credential is becoming more and more important every day to get a job, to enter post-secondary education, to enter the military. And that's just going to continue to do that. It'll continue to become more and more important. So we're trying to make it as easy as possible for people to earn that credential.
One of the things that's brought up, and I'm glad you brought up the GED thing as well, because since we had Dr. Rydell on, some scary things are coming down on that through the state legislatures, and we'll talk about that. We're going to take a quick commercial break here in a moment.
Okay.
But there's nobody going to, I guess, people I hear this from folks, well, you know, I don't want to go over there and be embarrassed, okay, and let people know I don't have a, high school education. You don't go broadcasting who's going to school. Is it available online?
We do have some online classes available. Now, it's not available exclusively online. We do require some face-to-face time. But once a student comes to us and gets enrolled and gets all their preliminary assessments done and is with us at least 12 hours, we can enroll them in some online classes that they can work on in addition to coming to one of our classrooms. And, let me encourage people to not be concerned about, everybody that is in that class is in a similar situation that they're in. And we're there simply to help them, to take them wherever they are and move them forward. And this might help people's feelings about that a little bit. I do a review every semester of the enrollment at LBW. And the percentage of students enrolled at LBW who have a GED is 10 to 12% every semester. So there are a lot of people that have earned their GED, gone on to college. Once you get that GED, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I mean, you're a college student just like everyone else.
Well, and that's the important thing, is to let people know too that this document will open many, many doors, as
Absolutely.
you say, and not to have it. I done a thing on this years ago, back when things were different. And I had a lady that I talked to, I guess probably 9 years ago on WKNI, and we had her as a guest, and she says some adults just don't. The biggest fear is having their next door neighbor know they're trying to get their GED. It's nothing to be sad about. It's nothing to be afraid of. My son, who I'm very proud of, is in the United States Army serving in Afghanistan right now. Went through and got his GED through the Army. And it doesn't matter why he left school.
That's right.
Okay. My wife and I continued to, tell him it would make us proud if he continued on and got his GED. Now that GED opens up all the doors because like my son found out, he said, Dad, he says, I can do anything I want to with this GED because it's just like a high school diploma.
Absolutely.
And it doesn't, when the colleges look at it, when people in business look at it, professionals, they don't look at it any different than a high school diploma, do they?
No, not at all. Not at all. It is a very, very legitimate high school credential, just like a diploma from Andalusia High School or off high school or anywhere else. In fact, some employers will tell you they like to interview people who have earned a GED because those folks have proven that they can enter a program, work through that program, and improve themselves.
And they're not quitters.
That's right. They have some determination.
Well, there you go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I actually wasn't able to complete high school because of the decisions I made in my younger life.
Sure.
And I went up to LBW and went through their program and got my GED from there.
Great.
And I can absolutely say that people shouldn't be scared to go up there. They shouldn't be worried about doing it. And it's free. It's probably the best free thing you'll ever get in your life.
Absolutely.
Well, Carlton, we appreciate that, and that's why he's our doorman. There's a joke that goes with that. But anyway, we share with people all the time that Carlton the doorman, I don't remember, or don't know if you remember the show Rhoda that was on TV.
I do.
And that guy, he'd answer the door for her. And then anytime she had a question, she'd go to Carlton the doorman. And he'd have the answers. So every time we have a question, we look over here and go, Carlton, what is this? And he may not know it right then, but within a few minutes in the internet, he gives us the information. And so he became Carlton the doorman.
Carlton the answer man.
Yeah, there you go. Or Shell answer man. Remember that? A lot of people don't do. Boy, Miss Cook, I feel like she's watching this morning. Don't remember that. But anyhow, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to come back with Jimmy, and we appreciate you coming on, sir, Mr. Hutto from LBW. Going to talk about some of the issues coming up with the GED program in the near future. It's not what it used to be in the very near future. I think we got, 30 days?
We have the rest of this year.
Oh, the rest of this year. Okay, I don't know why I was thinking the end of March, but anyway, we'll be back talking about that right after these messages. Thanks for tuning in. You've got one responsibility here, being that my wife's not sitting there, and all you have to do is say, keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keep Jesus in it. We'll be right back right after these messages. God bless you.